The ArcPy mapping module, often referred to as ArcPy.mapping, is intended for use by anyone who needs to automate an ArcMap workflow. While the module is driven by the powerful Python programming language, you do not need to be a GIS software developer to create ArcPy mapping scripts. The intent of the module is to automate tedious tasks, allowing you to focus on your important creative and analytic work. The ArcPy mapping module has been created to automate map management and output workflows, such as printing and exporting. The provided functions focus on modifying existing map layers and layout elements and are not designed as a complete map compilation system. ArcMap is the recommended system for creating new map documents and authoring map layers and layouts. However, the layer and layout element modification capabilities of ArcPy mapping allow for creation of map products by modifying the contents of the map documents. Being successful in these workflows requires careful map authoring of layers and page layout elements so they are easily used within your scripts. It is easiest to understand the capabilities of ArcPy mapping by describing some common scripting workflows. Here are a few of the many scenarios that an ArcPy mapping script can do. You can create a list of maps that have layers referencing a certain data source. You can update or repair your data source links for all layers in a map document, or even several map documents. You can create a report on information contained in documents such as layers, data sources, and layer types. You can save a group of map documents to a prior ArcGIS version for distribution to others. You can open and analyze the contents of map documents and updating the document metadata based on that content, for example, keywords, author, summaries. You can create geographic data in batches using map export commands, such as a series of GeoTIFF images driven by a list of features in the map. You can also create a map book with title page, multiple map pages, and any number of additional pages of supporting content like tabular reports and contact lists. There are numerous reasons why data sources need to be repaired or redirected to different locations. The idea of making these changes manually in every affected map document can be overwhelming. One benefit of using ArcPy mapping is to redirect or repair a layer's workspace to another data source by changing the workspace path. Through the ArcPy mapping scripting environment, you can automate these tasks. An added benefit of using a script is that these tasks can be completed without even having to open a map document in ArcMap. In this example, the data was located directly under the project data folder on the C drive, but was moved into a subfolder called Data 2. This script updates a single map document. However, you may have many map documents which need to have their layer source paths changed. In this case, you could use a Python loop to process a folder of map documents and change the layer paths from one workspace to another. With ArcPy mapping, you can build a variety of map books. You can also use data-driven pages within your scripts to further automate the production of your map books. Data-driven pages allow you to quickly and easily create a series of layout pages from a single map document. With ArcPy mapping, you can also create a new PDF file and then append the individual component PDF files together, such as your title page, contact page, and map pages. Python scripts using ArcPy can be run in different environments. You can design your scripts to run inside the Python window in ArcGIS for desktop or outside of ArcGIS in an IDE. When running your scripts inside of the Python window, the ArcPy site package is already imported for you. When running your script from an IDE, you'll need to import ArcPy. You can also reference your map document in two different ways within the Python window. You can use the keyword current to specify that you will work with the currently opened map document. If you have say City Streets MXD opened in ArcMap, you can reference this opened map document by using the map document class and setting the resulting map document object to a variable called MXD. This applies only to running your script from ArcMap. ArcCatalog will not recognize the current keyword. Inside an IDE, you will need to replace the keyword current with the actual path to the map document. If you create a script tool to run from ArcToolbox, the current keyword will only be recognized when running your tool from ArcMap. The objective of the ArcPy mapping module is to simplify the scripting experience. Within your map document, you have many components or objects which you can access and change. The map document and the objects you work with inside the map, such as north arrow or data frame, need to be created prior to running your script. Once you've created these objects, you can access and work with them through the ArcPy mapping module. In this example, a map document named Schools, located in the C drive Maps folder, is accessed through the ArcPy mapping map document class. All of the properties and methods associated with the map document object are assigned to the variable MXD. While the map document cannot be created with ArcPy mapping, you can use your script to access the map document and the objects it contains. Now you can update the author property and save your map document. Updating layer symbology can also be automated with ArcPy mapping module. Imagine that you have many map documents that use the same layer, such as parks or rivers. You want to update all of the map documents that use this layer with updated symbology, found in a layer file. Here you can see a sample script changing the layer symbology from light green to dark green. Writing efficient ArcPy mapping scripts is dependent on effectively authoring much of your map content ahead of time in ArcMap. Your scripts will be used to manage the properties of these map document objects. The ArcPy mapping functions focus on modifying existing map layers and layout elements. This scripting environment is not designed as a complete map compilation system. The capabilities of ArcPy mapping allow for changing a large volume of maps or layers quickly by accessing existing objects that you have already created. Being successful in these workflows requires careful map authoring to best take advantage of the capabilities of ArcPy mapping module. To make your scripts work well with your authored maps and layers, consider these following best practices. Make sure each layer and data frame in your map has a unique name. When naming your layers uniquely allows you to locate a layer easily within your script. Provide unique names for all of your page layout elements. Each page layout element has a name property which is used by ArcPy mapping to find the page layout element you wish to access. Consider all of the page layout elements that will be needed for the maps that you will create. Because ArcPy mapping cannot create page layout elements, you need to pre-author these for the maps you wish to create. Once you have them created, you can position them as desired on your layout page, or even move them off of the page so they will not be included in your layout. ArcGIS provides all the tools you need to create the mapping content of your map books in either printed or Adobe PDF format. With ArcPy mapping, you can write scripts that send your ArcMap documents directly to a printer, or you can export to a variety of formats, including PDF. Data-driven pages provide the tools for creating the map pages of your map book. Many of the pages of your book will contain maps, but other pages may be dedicated to text, such as tabular information, a table of contents, or title page. These pages can be created outside of ArcGIS and then appended to your map pages. Through ArcPy mapping, you can automate the process of creating your map pages. You can also append all of your PDF files together, including your title page and other pages, into your final map book.